Have you ever pondered about the existence of Viking women warriors? Shield maidens, as they were known, form a fascinating part of Norse and Viking folklore. These warriors, made legendary in tales and stories, are a riveting aspect of Viking culture that has intrigued scholars and enthusiasts for generations. The term shield maiden paints an image of fierce and powerful women who were not mere spectators in a male-dominated society, but active participants in the combative and adventurous life of the Vikings. They were known to have fought alongside their male counterparts, displaying a courage and prowess that was often equal, if not superior, to the strength exhibited by men. Dating back to the Viking Age, a period stretching from the late 8th to the early 11th century, we encounter a time marked by exploration, commerce, and warfare. The Vikings, who hailed from the Scandinavian regions, were respected and feared for their martial abilities and navigational expertise. It was within this culture and time that the concept of the shield maiden emerged. Our knowledge of these warrior women comes primarily from the sagas of the Norse people. These are grand narratives that have been passed down from generation to generation, replete with tales of heroism, courage, and epic battles. Within these stories, the figure of the shield maiden often takes center stage. These women were not relegated to the sidelines, but instead were depicted as battling right alongside the men. This portrayal is not only a testament to their bravery, but also serves to underscore the gender equality that was inherent in Viking society. Prominent figures such as Lagertha, who is said to have led the charge against a Swedish invasion, and Brynhilda, a Valkyrie who chose to live among humans, are frequently mentioned in these sagas. These characters have captivated audiences with their bravery and audacity, yet they are not the only ones. There are numerous unnamed shield maidens whose stories resonate with courage and strength. Despite these tales, the authenticity of these stories is often debated among historians. The sagas were written centuries after the Viking Age, and they are a blend of historical fact, folklore, and literary invention. While they provide a vivid and engaging account of the Viking Age, they are not considered to be entirely reliable. As such, the existence of the shield maidens may be questioned. Is it possible that these tales of brave female warriors were more symbolic, possibly used to convey the Viking ideal of gender equality? Could these stories of shield maidens be more symbolic, representing the Viking ideal of gender equality? Turn the pages of time to the modern age, where archaeology steps into the picture. In this new era, where science breaks barriers and history comes alive, we journey back to the late 19th century. A time when the world was rapidly evolving, and the field of archaeology, relatively young and brimming with promise, made an astounding discovery that would shake the established norms and narratives. In the picturesque landscape of Birka, Sweden, a profound mystery had lain hidden for centuries. Beneath the soil, untouched and unspoiled, a grave of historical significance was waiting to be uncovered. Known as BJ 581, this grave was a cryptic time capsule transporting us back to the Viking era. As archaeologists carefully excavated this site, uncovered a sight that left them in awe. The grave held the remains of a warrior, a stoic guardian from a bygone era, surrounded by an array of weapons. 2 horses, symbols of status and affluence, were also part of this burial, indicating the stature of the person interred. More intriguing was the presence of a board game, a tool for nurturing strategic thinking, signifying that this warrior was not just a brute force but a tactician and a strategist. For more than 100 years, assumptions were made, hypotheses were drafted, and a narrative was created around these remains. The world believed this warrior, buried with honor and respect, to be a man. It was what the traditional understandings of gender roles would suggest. However, in 2017, a groundbreaking revelation emerged. A thorough DNA analysis, a remarkable feat of science, unveiled that the warrior, contrary to long-standing beliefs, was in fact a woman. This revelation sent ripples across the world, shook the foundations of Viking archaeology, and rekindled the debate on the existence of shield maidens, the legendary female warriors of the Viking era. The interpretation of the Birka grave, however, is layered with complexities. Some argue that the woman might not have been a warrior. They propose that she could have been a high-ranking figure, someone of importance buried with symbolic items. Others suggest that she might have been a warrior trainer, an individual responsible for preparing the warriors for battle. The truth may remain buried in the sands of time, eluding the grasp of certainty. Undeniably, the discovery of the Birka grave has brought about a paradigm shift in our understanding of the Viking society. It supports the idea that women could hold high positions and even participate in warfare, a concept that aligns with the stories of shield maidens in the sagas. It forces us to rethink our perceptions and challenge the stereotypes that have been ingrained in us over centuries. As we continue to explore, we realize that this is just the tip of the iceberg in our quest to comprehend the complexities of human history and culture. In conclusion, the existence of Viking women warriors remains an enthralling mystery. It is a subject that not only grips historians and archaeologists alike, but also holds a potent allure for enthusiasts of ancient cultures. The idea of these striking shield maidens, clad in armor, sword in hand, standing shoulder to shoulder with their male counterparts on the battlefield, is a profound one. It is an image that challenges our preconceived notions of gender roles, especially in the context of war and conflict within the ancient world. The tales of these shield maidens are woven into the very fabric of Norse mythology. The sagas, with their narratives of heroism and valor, often feature these fearless women, giving due acknowledgement to their grit and fortitude. But the question that constantly surfaces is, were these women warriors merely characters in a well-spun tale, or were they a very real part of Viking society? This question has been the subject of heated debate and the focus of numerous studies. The uncertainty surrounding it only adds to the allure of these enigmatic women warriors, making the shield maidens all the more captivating. Archaeological findings have also played a key role in shaping our understanding of the shield maidens. Burial sites that showcase weaponry alongside female remains have led to speculations about the possible existence of these warrior women. Yet the interpretation of these findings is complex. Could these weapons be symbolic, or are they evidence of a woman's participation in battle? Despite the unanswered questions, what remains undeniably clear is the enduring legacy of the shield maidens. The shield maidens represent values that were central to Viking society: strength, courage, and equality. These values, encapsulated in the fearless figure of the shield maiden, continue to find resonance in the modern world. They inspire us to challenge our understanding of gender roles and to acknowledge the might of women, not just in the context of war, but across all spheres of life. The shield maiden's story transcends the boundaries of history to become a reflection of our own struggles and victories. It is a testament to the resilience of women throughout history who have faced the harsh realities of life and war with unyielding courage. It is a reminder of the journey of empowerment that women have undertaken, a journey that continues today. The tale of the shield maidens is not just a historical curiosity, but rather, it is a lens through which we can view our past and its impact on our present. It's a compelling narrative filled with uncertainties and questions, but it also presents a vision of strength, resilience, and equality that continues to inspire us. Whether in the sagas or the archaeological records, the shield maidens of the Viking Age continue to echo through time, their stories as compelling as ever. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you've been inspired by the story of the shield maidens, please consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video for more content that explores the depths of history and the human experience. This is History Replay, this day,